Got the dimensions marked out here. I'm gonna cut this down, then round over everything. I'm not gonna re-round the corners like that, but I am gonna like bevel over everything so it's nice and smooth. Now that's gonna catch or scratch you. All right, well, I've cut it to size. I've rounded over the edges. I just gave it the edges a good sand with 120 and then wiped it down with a moist rag. I'm gonna raise the grain a little bit. Hit it again with some 180 or 220, and then since it's gonna be inside, just gonna seal it up with some polyurethane. All right, that came out not too bad if I do say so myself. And I actually can sit at the table and not feel so crowded. Yeah, all right, let's see about the drop position. All right, it fits in nice on the little shelves. Pop these guys in there. Bam, full sleeping area. All right, well, it's looking like this weekend, probably heading up to Jamestown. So going out for just a minute here, gonna anchor somewhere and see if I can't put this main back on. Yeah, pretty excited. It's gonna be a nice weekend, it's looking like. So cool, a little preparation to do beforehand and first trip of the season. Well, for whatever reason, the boat likes to stay perpendicular to the wind instead of lining up with it, but whatever. I'm settled on my anchor. I've got my main here in front of me pulled out from the V-berth, so I'm gonna get it up here and slide it onto the boom and take it from there. Here we go. Heading to Jamestown, not tomorrow morning, but the next morning. Gonna leave on the tide about 5 a.m. Should be just enough to lift me up high enough to clear the entrance to the marina, or exit in my case on Saturday morning. Just came down here, got the dinghy in the water, trying to cross off a couple of small things. Went and did a little supply run, but gonna do an episode probably just on the trip. Not gonna promise, but probably. So that's coming up. And yeah, I know it's cold right now. I look cold, but this weekend it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be in the 70s, upper 70s on Sunday. So yeah, if you're not dizzy from the background, get dizzy about those temperatures. See you out there on the water. All right, down here, bringing stuff to the boat. Just got the cooler in here, well stocked with some provisions. Gonna take a little weekend trip and head down to Jamestown. See if we can't see the old replica ships down there. Then have time to get back by Sunday evening. So it's Friday, late afternoon right now, trying to get everything on board. A few little last minute this and that. And yeah, looking forward to it. All right, got everything aboard I'm gonna need for the weekend. Tools and such, just in case. So now, I gotta get all this crud put away. All right, got everything pretty much stowed away, except for my bedding, just still in bags over there. I'm waiting on tank to fill, again, I haven't replaced, checked, whatever, fixed my check valve. So no filling from the deck for me, filling it in here. And in the meantime, nothing else to do. May as well have a little something special right before we take off. All right, that is about full. So now I take this guy and gotta get it threaded up in there just so. And then this handy dandy square wrench that came with it. All right, good to go on the water. All right, we are replacing this rear nav light with an anchor light. Since my mast light's messed up, this will have to do for now. I know it's not exactly regulation, but it's better than nothing. And considering that bulb's burnt out and I'm trying to go all LED anyways, this is gonna be the solution for this trip. All right, that'll get her done for this trip. All right, it's 5 a.m. Tide's high enough to clear the marina exit. Taking off for Jamestown. It's about 39 degrees, there's 0 wind. It's gonna pick up to about 12 to 14 later on today. And yeah, hoping to make Jamestown by 1 or 2 p.m. We'll see, I don't know, no particular rush, but that's the plan. All right, there's our slip over there. Heading out into the darkness of the James River on the way to Jamestown. Coming up on 295 bridge. Still just the moon in the sky. Ghost River. talked with the bridge operator with river levels and clearance dead at 50 feet. Should be all set to cruise right under. So I knew I had the clearance to get under there, but god damn, my heart was just like, oh my God. Like, it's so close. I mean, 4 or 5 feet tops, but it doesn't look like that from down here. It looked like I was about to just smash my mast into it. But it's all very well measured, documented, so it is what it is. Slipped right under, no problems. I'm the only problem. All right, so Hopewell's behind us. That's the only bridge we're going under. It's gonna be a pretty rural and country-like for the rest of the trip down to Jamestown. So a few more hours to go, probably about 5 hours or so, but starting to finally warm up a touch. It's been 39 degrees pretty much all morning, but it's gonna be a nice day today. It's gonna get up into the 70s. Tomorrow it's gonna be the upper 70s, and the morning is gonna be a lot warmer. So yeah, here we go. Getting on to Jamestown. Grubbing on the go. I think we got one more significant bend in the river and a couple of long straightaways. Probably about 10 miles, a little more than 10 miles away probably. I'm gonna say 12. I'm just gonna go with 12. It's definitely warmed up a little bit. I was a little off in my estimate earlier. Now I'm about 12 miles from Jamestown, but it's only like 10:45 in the morning, so I mean, I'm making good time. There's basically no wind to speak of still. I'm rolling with the tide, so moving along at about 5.5 to 5.8 knots. Yeah, kicking along. Enjoying this day. It's definitely getting warmer out. Very excited for the warmer temperatures a little later this afternoon and tomorrow. Oh my God, I'm such a so not, that is, I am not a cold weather person. So yeah, looking forward to this weekend. Just enjoying my time on the boat. It's like glass out here. Super peaceful up here at the front though. Riding on the bow. Holding a nice course. I have no like auto helm or tiller or anything set up, but yeah, I mean, when it's like this, you can almost set it and forget it. I've been heading straight towards these channel markers for about 10 minutes, and my course is only deviated by about 2 degrees. About another 5 minutes, I'll walk back there and change course. I'm so glad that I got to go out on this. So grateful that my wife allowed me to go out on this. Thank you. Doing a little slow sail right now. It's not much wind to speak of. I think I'm gonna actually raise the main here in a second. It's light enough wind and no real current through here to speak of it either. So like, yeah, I don't know. I think I can do 2 sails on this one. We'll see. Well, I'm moving with both sails up, but I'm barely moving. But I'm more interested in this than where I'm going, so sailing it is. All right, well, we are now sailing because we don't really have a choice, because she overheated a little. Started struggling a little bit. I've got fuel cleaner in there and whatnot, so I'm gonna give her like an hour or so to cool down. No rush. We got the sails up, doing good. The electric motor I've got turned on and just kind of a little more than idling, just enough to make up for the gaps in this light wind we've got today. So yeah, that's how it's going. Not too much further to go, but just taking my time. Way over there, it's the entrance to the Chickahominy. Almost there. Jamestown is dead ahead. I don't know if I'm blocking it or if it's just too bright out to make out the light, but we're headed straight to it, so a couple more miles, almost to Jamestown. I've made it to the anchorage by Jamestown. The ferry thing is right over there. Unfortunately, it's almost 3 o'clock. I gotta check and see how late the exhibit for the replica ships is open, see if I got time to get over there. Either way though, good day on the boat. I'm sitting here at anchor watch and just checked on the Jamestown settlement, and the exhibit does close today at 5 p.m. Being that it's almost 3 o'clock and I need to sit here anchor watch for a little while just to make sure I'm not dragging or anything. I think by the time I get the motor mounted on the dinghy, get over there to the beach, tie it up, walk to the exhibit, end up having like 15 minutes or something. I mean, yeah, I could probably talk them into a free pass since it's only 15 minutes, but still, you know, probably take 10 minutes just to walk from the building down to the ships. And I'm full of questions. One day I'm gonna get down here and explore Jamestown, and it's gonna be fun. I still had a lot of fun today. I actually got to do quite a bit of sailing. The wind wasn't great. I mean, it's a lot better now, go figure, I'm anchored. Could actually sail in this wind. The last stretch down here to Jamestown, I had the head sail out, just rolling downwind with it and motor sailing, so it was good. Earlier, my outboard overheated a little bit. I was motor sailing with the thing just barely idling, and at that speed, the impeller doesn't really kick up enough water to keep it cool, so ran on the electric bank for a while. It's warm enough now. I'm not worried about running on the electric bank for extended periods again. Over the winter, I was a little concerned about it because I do have these lead acid batteries in here, and I didn't want to tax them too much with the temperatures cold, but by the time I started running on the electric bank, it had warmed up nicely. It's probably about, I don't know, it's probably about 70 degrees right here. I'm in the wind, so I might be biased, but yeah, good trip. I think I may still get the dinghy over there to the beach and walk around for a little bit, even if I can't go to Jamestown, but we'll see what happens. I gotta sit here for a while longer, so I'm gonna have a snack while I sit anchor watch, and yeah, just enjoy this place, enjoy this time, be in the moment. So I just tried to get the outboard mounted on the dinghy, and I'm rocking and rolling so much here that like it's borderline being able to do it, and so I was like, screw it, I'll try it, you know. Got out there and I put on a safety line to the motor just in case my stupid ass drops it, and every time I just about got ready to pull it off there and put it onto the dinghy, it'd start getting all extra crazy. So I'd sat there and I'd wait for it to calm down, and then I'd set myself up and get ready again, and then it'd get all crazy again. So I don't know, I think maybe I'll just do some fishing and yeah, just kind of relax. I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna hang out though, enjoy being on the boat, and yeah, yeah, it's a pretty awesome spot. All right, we're getting close to 5, so I'm settling in. Watching a little Netflix about Cold War stuff. Got myself a beer. Got my steaks thawing. I thought they'd be thawed by now just sitting in the cooler, but that cooler kicks butt. It really does, y'all. I know I've said it before, but I love that cooler. But anyways, that's thawing out. I'm gonna have that for dinner. Got some potatoes. And just chilling right now. Gonna watch some of this, enjoy my beer, and after dinner, got a little rum. Still a beautiful afternoon.
It's sufficient energy for one official, one atom.
All right, dinner is almost done on the grill behind me. And what's in front of me, it's just kind of incredible, honestly. Like, the way it all comes through the window, and this is a good place to be. It's a good place to be. It's rocky as hell, but all right. So I'm on my boat. I'm on an adventure. I've got awesome steak. I've got potatoes. I've got some documentary history stuff. The only thing that can make me happier would be if my wife was with me. I do miss her. I love my wife, even though I'm out with the other woman.
A rough fight is the only fight the communists can understand. Then the Republican Party will give them a rough fight.
And when Joseph McCarthy
I've been so hungry.
needs a lawyer to work
Oh my
with
God,
him,
this
Roy
is the
Cohn is
spot.
the obvious answer. I mean, nothing could be stronger than the guy who says, I helped.
Leaving Jamestown behind, into the dark back home. I know I keep talking about this silly cooler, but seriously, y'all, 3 days ago, like dead on pretty much, like 72 hours ago, I put in, let's see, 18 pounds of ice into this cooler. Look how much ice is still in there. I mean, there's some water in it, but like, that's ice all the way down to the bottom. Like, this thing is incredible. Just down here doing a little cleanup and stuff after that short trip to Jamestown. I am gonna get down there and see these daggone replica ships one of these days, but I'm gonna have to leave on like a Friday night if I'm gonna do it on Saturday and come back Sunday. It's the only way to like do it and be reasonably assured of getting home and being able to see the exhibit. Lessons learned, again, who knows, maybe in July I'll stop there on the way. Depends on when I leave in July, I guess. But back from Jamestown, good trip overall, just time on the boat. Honestly, didn't even get off the boat at all. By the time the swell finally calmed down to where I would be able to get the dinghy onto, or the motor onto the dinghy, it was time to come home, so there's no point in that. But time on the boat's good time, so yeah, on with the work, I guess. All right, so the outboard has been giving me trouble again. So brought her home. Just went ahead and ordered a new carburetor for her. Got a new impeller. I'm gonna do an oil change, fuel filter. So as soon as all the parts arrive and stuff, gonna give this thing a little TLC. It's definitely earned it. It's taken me to the bay and back, to Jamestown and back. Yeah, she's earned it. So gonna get that done here over the next week or so. Get her back out there, test her out on the dinghy. And what led to this need, by the way, is I had it on the dinghy the other day and went to go hop down to another marina to see a friend, and got just outside of my marina and let off the gas for a second. It got all bogged down and couldn't get it to rev up, and then in my struggles it ended up cutting off and I couldn't get it started again. So last year it was a fuel issue. I almost guarantee it's a fuel issue again. I don't have rubber hoses. Yeah, I know the bulb is still rubber, but it's brand new pretty much. I just put it on last season. I think it's just gummed up. Due for some TLC. This is the carburetor that was on it when I bought it. So, I mean, it's at least like minimum 6 years old. So, it's due, and I mean, they're so cheap. I almost just want to buy a second one just to keep on the boat just in case. Because the only problems I've had with this motor have been, you know, basically carburetor fuel issues. So, I do run seafoam through every batch of gas, but I don't know. Just wasn't enough, I guess. Alright, so wanting to do more video and stuff, you know, I carry all this junk around with me, but I don't really have a good storage thing for it. So, I got this car seat, like back of the car seat kind of organizer thing, and I'm going to mount it right up here on the door. And when this is open, of course, it's the bathroom door, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, it's our new carburetor. I'm going to put that bad boy in right there. Alright, got the new carburetor on. No big deal. There's some shit in the bottom of the bowl of the old one, but I mean, I don't know, it didn't look terrible, so we'll see if this helps. I suspect it will though. Tiny little things for the fuel to pass through seem to get clogged. I got the bottom off of the setup here. I'm gonna change the oil in the head and the engine while I got it apart. I already drained the oil out of the head here. But you know, loosen the, where is it? There we go, the bolt in here. That's connects up here for neutral, forward, reverse. And then it drops right down, just a bolt on either side. So now I gotta get the housing off, and then we're gonna stick that new impeller in there. All right, so after 2 failed attempts where I couldn't get it to move water, and one where I forgot to make sure that the lower unit and the upper unit were synced up with drive and reverse and all that. So hopefully third time's the charm. I don't much feel like sticking it in the water today. It's getting a little hot, but that's where we're at.